Add some brake fluid. Looks like it holds 3 gallons. I never get to say this, but the hose is too big. So it's been a little over a week now, and I cannot get the front brakes to bleed at all. This one right here goes to the front brakes. This goes to the rear. Well, first they run to the ABS module, as you can see. And then this one right here. So what I did was, so this goes to the front, I unscrewed it, put my finger over it, and had my wife hit the brakes, and it sprayed everywhere, all over my face and everything. So it's definitely getting pressure out of here. And then I did the same on the ABS module on one of the outputs, and nothing came out. So that tells me that it must be the ABS module. So I ordered a used one. This was about $600 new. I got this one for about 80 bucks. I guess you gotta make sure the numbers match. So I was able to do that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get this one installed. So for all these numbers are gone, I put tape on all the lines, and I numbered them backwards for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this way I don't get them mixed up. I mean, they're kind of pre-bent, so I mean, I shouldn't mess it up. As you can see that these ones are dry compared to that one. So this one right here goes to the right here on the master cylinder. Then you got output. So that's kind of the reason why I think this is it. Let's hope anyway. Got that all changed out and tight. So now the only thing left to do is bleed the brakes. The old connector, the connector that came on this that they cut at the junkyard, right here. This little, it's broke, the little latch on it. So all I did was took a screwdriver and I was able to pry these little teeth release it. So, see that one right there? Oh, it's kind of hard to do with my fingernail, but it worked anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these brakes bled, and I guess cross your fingers, hopefully it fixes it. So I still have not been able to bleed my front brakes. So I went ahead and ordered a new master cylinder. So this should take care of it, I hope. All the calipers are new. Got one new brake hose. Got the used ABS module. I mean, that could be the problem, it is used. But I don't think it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace the master cylinder. I'm gonna break these lines loose right here. Make sure you mark them, don't mix them up. Unplug the sensor on the bottom. Right here. Then unbolt it from your brake booster. Should be 2 nuts, one on each side. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. I got the old one off. That was a pain to get out of the booster. I can see it kind of corroded to it. I ended up prying it back and forth, wiggling it, and finally it came free. I went ahead and took that sensor off and threaded it into the bottom of this one. Then I kind of rigged this up. I clamped it to a drawer and put a block of wood behind it, because you have to do a bench bleed, which I'll show you how that's done here in a second. Alright, so the master cylinder came with these fittings right here. I don't know why they came with coarse thread, because they're fine thread, but came with 4 of them, 2 fine, 2 coarse. You thread them into the master cylinder where the brake lines go. You put hoses on them and run them into itself. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up and make sure the hoses are inside the brake fluid. Then you just pump it like crazy until there's no more air coming out. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some brake fluid. It looks like it holds 3 gallons. I've had this brake fluid for a little while. As you can see, it's kind of dirty, so make sure you just clean it, nothing falls into it. Okay, so it's full. Now what we're going to do is you can grab your screwdriver or something easy on the hand. Just kind of insert it here. Slowly press it all the way in. Then release it. I don't know if you can see the air bubbles in these lines. See all the air bubbles? You want to keep doing that until there's none. And make sure your hoses stay in the brake fluid, so keep topping it off. You know, make sure you don't have any leaks down here, because I just noticed I do. So make sure these are tight, but don't break them off. Ah, I just sucked air. Check it out now. No air bubbles. What I end up having to do is get some needle nose pliers, tighten these fittings up a little bit, put some zip ties on the hoses. I never get to say this, but the hose is too big. I guess the nipple could be too small. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take these off and cap them. It came with these little rubber caps, slide over top of them. I think that's what they're for. And then install onto the truck.